Hello everyone and thanks for listening. So I usually present my videos with articles, but this is not an article. This is another video inside of a video. So I'm not going to play the whole video, but I want you to see, I don't know if you've seen this video, and I'm just going to play some of it and you be the judge of what you think, because it's entitled Medical Staff is Killing COVID-19 Patients. Medical staff is killing COVID-19 patients in the USA. And this is not the only video that I've seen surface. There's been other people who have, from New York City, who have said that the news is not being honest. Of course, I'm not surprised by that they don't tell all of the details of what is going on in these hospitals and in New York City, because that was what we know as currently that was the epicenter of the COVID-19 virus, and there was like so many deaths there, fairly recent, and it's still happening. And so this is an account from a nurse. I believe she's voluntarily helping on the front lines in a hospital in what is New York, a New York hospital. And so she's revealing basically some of the horror stories, some of the things that have happened that she's witnessed, and she feels powerless. She feels very sad, and she feels like she doesn't have enough support in the people around her. Some people are supporting her, and then others are moved if they say too much. So you be the judge of what you think. I'm going to play part of the video so you can see for yourself. I've seen another person who came across the video and they played the full video. And so I'm not going to play all of it because I'm just going to leave it so you can see the title and you can look at the rest of it for yourself and make judgments about how you feel about this. But this is not the only person that has mentioned very similar incidences like this. And it's really scary because we are in the middle of a pandemic, and they have not, as of what I've read before I start this video, which is really heartbreaking, they have not found a proven vaccine. They do have this this emergency temporary vaccine that is called remdesivir, but it has not really been proven to work on everyone, but they said that's the closest that they can get for right now. And so they're still scrambling to find a proven vaccine that will work on everyone straight across the board, because everybody's body is different and what they're experiencing is different, and how the symptoms of different patients that have COVID-19 is different. But this right here is really disturbing, because what I'm hearing is that this woman, it's so heartbreaking. She feels like, if she says too much, she might be moved, or she might be looked at or viewed as just going through a psychological phase because of all of the people that are dying. But you see what she's saying here, it's pretty scary. And that's another reason why I think African American people, Hispanic people, Latino people should take the COVID-19 pretty serious, because you don't want to be in a situation like this. So I'm going to let this video play, and then after that, you be the judge of what you think about this.
Regular unit, and they took my patient away, my black guy, and now I'm getting switched units. This is exactly what happened before at the other hospital. As soon as I told somebody, and like management, and tried to advocate for my patient, they take the patient away from me, and then they move me. So, I legitimately don't even know what to do anymore. Even the advocacy groups don't give a shit about these people. Literally, Black lives don't matter here. And I mean, that's pretty sad that somebody who is white and lives hundreds of miles away from the city gives more of a shit about these people than the actual people in this city. Like, for real. Like, I had a complete breakdown yesterday because, you know, I missed an important email to do a revision on my proposal, so my proposal got canceled because I was trying to advocate for my patient and talk to management here and get the care that he needs because he's being medically mismanaged. And I just had a complete fucking breakdown because, you know what, my entire proposal got canceled because I, you know, wasted my time advocating for a fucking patient who's just gonna die anyway. You know, and sure enough, they take the patient away from me, and then almost 2 hours into the shift, they switch me units. This is exactly what happened at the other hospital when I was advocating for the little Hispanic lady. You know, guys, here's the thing. Let me try and put things into context for you, okay? I know not everybody's gonna live. I'm not that fucking green or ignorant or, you know, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed to think that, okay? I know we're gonna have a shit ton of people die. But these people aren't dying from COVID. Let me give you several examples here. An anesthesiologist intubated the patient's, like, I think it was bronchi and of a patient, and they couldn't get the sats up, and for about 5 hours, like, we were waiting on a chest x-ray to confirm that the placement was wrong. And in the meantime, while we're waiting for that, we've told the anesthesiologist that it was placed wrong because, like, literally only one side of his fucking chest is, like, inflating. He dies. Okay? A patient had a heart rate of 40, and the resident starts doing chest compressions on him, which is not what you do. You just externally pace them, or you know, give him some atropine. And then, you know, I run in there to stop him from doing chest compressions on somebody with a fucking pulse. And then he decides to push epi. He throws some pads on him to defibrillate the guy in bradycardia. Okay, he has a heart rate of 40 and a stable, you know, bradycardic rhythm. We just need to give him some atropine and pace him. He fucking defibrillates him and kills him. And I was literally ran out of, like, the patient's room to get, like, the director of nursing who was standing out there. And I'm like, can you stop him? He's going to kill that patient. He's going to kill that patient if he defibrillates him with bradycardia and a heart rate of 40. And the director of nursing just shook his head. And I turned around, and he killed the dude. Okay? There was a nurse who placed an NG tube into some guy's lungs and filled his lungs with tube feeding. There was a nurse who confused a long-acting insulin with a short-acting insulin and gave 30 units of a fast-acting insulin and killed the guy. What else? Other stuff have I seen? Yeah. It's just here they're just gonna let them rot on the bed. They're medically mismanaging these patients. And, like, I'm not a doctor, guys. I'm not professing to be a doctor by any means. But there's, like I said, basic standards of care that we have to do. Like, when somebody's low on blood, like, literally on the brink of a critical low blood level, we should replace the blood. But I asked the residents, and they're like, does he have internal bleeding? And I said, no. And they're like, well, we're not replacing the blood. Well, here's the thing. In these COVID patients, they all eventually need a blood transfusion. Their blood, like, if you don't have enough blood to actually oxygenate your body, the vent settings don't fucking matter, okay? And they don't matter because you have no oxygen carrying capacity of your blood, okay? I told you about the patient where, like, all that, like, purulent drainage just kept seeping into his lungs because the ET tube cup was leaking and nobody has a fucking manometer here to check the pressures. And I finally figured that out. And I kept saying, hey, you know what? His white blood cell count is steadily, like, you know, we're having a problem with it. Like, do you want to start some antibiotics? No. Well, does he have a fever? And I said, no, he doesn't have a fever. They didn't want to start antibiotics. Day shift nurse finally got a chest x-ray. He has full-blown pneumonia now. Like, I've been telling them this for a while, but because he didn't have a fever, they didn't want to give me antibiotics. We have a nurse who, like, fell asleep at the fucking nurse's station while we were all in rooms, and her norepinephrine ran out. The guy had no fucking blood pressure and didn't perfuse his brain, and I'm pretty sure his brain did. That same nurse is now running a CRRT machine, a dialysis-like machine, that she has never done before. She said she'll figure it out. Okay? I'm pretty fucking smart, and I figure a lot of shit out, but I would never attempt to try and figure out a CRRT machine on the fly. Like, we are adequately staffed. There's a shit ton of staff in there. Like, and we have a nurse who does CRRT in there. She has a different patient load. We told them, like, hey, let's just swap these nurses so the one that knows how to work this machine can work this machine. But they didn't want to do that. So I'm pretty sure that patient will be dead here in a couple hours. And this is why I freaked the fuck out yesterday. Because nobody is listening. They don't care what is happening to these people. They don't. I'm literally coming here every day and watching them kill them. I mean, we're not going to save everybody. That's fine. Like, come on, guys. We're not God. But, like, some of these people, hey, we know that they're not going to live. Let's start a hospice unit or something, you know? Like, they don't need to be in the ICU. Let's change course. Let's do palliative care or something. Like, literally, some of these people are just on sedation to keep them on the vents. Nothing else. I have a lady on a tranq on a vent, and she's not even fucking cognizant. She's not even on sedation. You know what we give her every day? We give her breathing treatments, albuterol, and she gets insulin. And that's it. That's it. We're not treating the COVID, guys. Like, for real, we're not treating the COVID. You know, every day we try to get these guys off the vents, right? Because, you know, there's criteria for weaning. Every day, the day shift nurse will wean them down, like, to, like, minimum sedation. Every night we come in and we get the same two residents, and they fucking max out all the sedation again and undo all the work from the day shift. Then the day shift attending will come in and all do rounds, and they'll be like, he wasn't synchronizing with the vent. So we had to turn all the sedation on. And I'm like, he wasn't synchronizing with the vent because it's in the wrong vent mode. So, I legit don't even know what to do anymore. Like, I tried calling advocacy groups. I tried talking with management here, like the nursing admin. Like, nothing. Nobody's doing anything. We still have 100% mortality rate in the ICU unit. I just left. But, I mean, they're living longer because we have, like, legit ICU nurses there. So, CDC finally, like, not the CDC, FDA approved yesterday the remdesivir study, like, to start using remdesivir for COVID patients. Guys, I don't even know what to do anymore. And this is why I had a complete fucking breakdown. Like, I literally had to call my friend Lisa and FaceTime her, and she answered the fucking phone while she was in the shower because she, like, knew I was having a hard time to talk to her. Because it's like going in the fucking Twilight Zone. Like, everyone here is okay with this. Look, the only way I can kind of put this into context for everybody is, and this is going to be kind of an extreme example, this is like really the only thing I can come up with. It's like if we were in Nazi Germany and they were like taking the Jews to go put them in a gas chamber, I'm the one like there saying, hey, this is not good, this is bad, this is wrong, we should not be doing this. And then everyone tells me, hang in there, you're doing a great job, you can't save everybody, you're amazing, you're a great nurse. Guys, I know I'm a fucking good nurse. I know I go in there and I give it 500% every day. I know I'm not being negligent. Okay? I fucking know that. What I need is someone to help me save these people from being killed. Okay? From gross negligence and complete medical mismanagement. And no one is listening to me. Like, for real, nobody's listening. I even tried getting a hold, like, of black advocacy groups here. He just put me on hold and hang up on me. Tried talking to management. Now I got units. Like, I legit don't know what to do anymore. Can someone come up with, like, some type of a solution for me? Because I'm kind of out of ideas. You know, like, and try and talk to some of the other nurses here, and they're like, well, you can't save everybody. And they all know what's happening. They all agree with me, and they all just shake their heads, and I'm like, am I the only one who is not a sociopath? To think that this is okay? I mean, guys, they literally don't even know when they're dead. Like, how many times have I told you they've assigned me a dead person? Like, how long have they been dead? Nobody knows. Like, how is anybody assessing anything without a stethoscope? Normally we have, like, those disposable stethoscopes. But I knew what we were coming into, so I brought my own chunky one. Nobody's listened to anybody's lungs as long as I've been here. Even with disposable stethoscopes. And, you know, I keep telling them that, you know, the guys are like, if my patient's going acidotic, we need to do something about this before his kidneys shut down, you know, give him some bicarb or something like that. And this is what they do. They let the patient's blood get acidotic. Their kidneys shut down, and then at the last minute, another fucking trauma. This is like the 5th fucking trauma tonight. Some dude got fucking shot in front of the hospital. Like, 2 to the chest and 2 to the abdomen. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Yeah, so anyways, kidney shut down, and at the last fucking minute, they finally decide to run bicarb. So they run 5 liters of bicarb into a person who's gained 20 pounds of water weight and completely throw him into heart failure, and he dies several hours later. That was one of my patients. So I let them home. Like, they had me start the bicarb, like, before I left one night, and by the time I had come back in, that next shift, he was dead. And they assigned him to me. And he was already in a body bag. Like, guys, they're not dying of COVID, okay? Like, yeah, people are gonna fucking die of COVID. Like, yeah, some people legit will end up with multi-organ failures and legit throw the clots and kill them, like, and die, people. I fucking know this. I'm not, like, some fucking new grad, okay? That's gonna save everybody in the world, okay? I'm literally telling you that they're murdering these people. And nobody will listen to me. I mean, like I said, I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure that when you defibrillate somebody with a heartbeat of 40 in a stable rhythm and you kill them, that's murder. And I'm pretty sure that when you put somebody's PEEP up to, like, 25 and PEEP doesn't go past, I think, like 15, 20, and you blow their lungs out and they die, I'm pretty sure that's murder. You know, I mean, I've watched a doctor drop a central line and fucking rupture, like, the subclavian, like, vein, and the guy fucking bled to death. I mean, COVID didn't break that central line. COVID didn't kill that guy. I mean, he was a COVID patient. I mean, every single patient I've taken care of, guys, is a COVID patient. Like, I've never had a non-COVID patient, okay? I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore.
So I'm gonna let this video go. There is more to the video, and it's pretty much heartbreaking. It's caught my attention. I think it was early, maybe yesterday morning. So I don't know if there's more to this, even after this video plays, but except that I do know there's other videos of other people who have either they've been nurses or they've been volunteers or they themselves maybe are family members, and they're sharing some of the horror stories of what has gone on during the pandemic. So I just think people should take it a little more serious than they have. From what I've seen here in Los Angeles, they have been doing more testing. They've been doing testing over by the Great Western Forum in the Inglewood area. They've been doing testing over in Los Angeles area in various parts of Los Angeles, but what for the most part, I noticed they've been doing some slow reopening of some retail stores, but you can still only just get things at the curb. Some stores, they have people in small numbers to enter. There's other businesses that aren't quite open yet because they haven't opened, I guess, because they're not in a certain phase, because they're going in phases of opening businesses. But from what I've seen, some people take it serious and others don't take it that serious, or others have sort of given up, or they're in disbelief. They're in shock. They're not really sure if this is real, or they think because they're young that they're not going to get sick. You still have people thinking, well, I'm young, I can fight this out, I'm not going to get sick. My kids are young, they're not going to get sick, and so they don't believe that it could happen to them. And then there's people that use religion. They think their religion is going to make them healthy and that God is going to save them from getting sick. And so we have a lot of people who think like that. And so that's the reason why the numbers are higher for some people, because they somehow think that a miracle is going to save them and that they're not going to be ill, their kids are not going to be ill, and they think maybe prayer will help get them out of this. And then they do things as normal and they wind up getting sick. And so sometimes that plays a part in all of this. So what do you think about this? Because this is really heartbreaking what this lady has been sharing. I don't think that she's crazy. I think she's completely sane. I just think it's really scary, and she's probably fearing that maybe she'll be moved, or that people don't believe her, or they think maybe because she's seeing a lot of death that that's what the problem is. But I don't think she's alone in this, because I have seen other people complaining that people are not doing enough, or they're not really, the news is not really sharing all of the details of what's happening. I've been hearing some people still can't get tested. They say people are getting tested, but some people still can't get tested for whatever the reason. So they don't have access to some of the medical tests that they need to find out whether they're positive, or to at least get admitted into the hospital. So because maybe they have some of the symptoms, it's just really scary. But I'm gonna let this video go. But what do you think about what I shared so far? It was only 15 minutes of it, but I could have went longer. But I guess I'll play a little bit of the rest of it, not the whole thing, but I'm gonna cut it off at a certain point, and then you be the judge of what you think this is. I don't know. If you find any other videos, if you find any other articles that actually open up and talk about how people feel working, you wonder what the nurses feel, what the volunteers are feeling that are behind the scenes, and they don't have a voice. You just only see them on the TV, on the commercials. They make it seem like they're they're strong and they're persevering, they're doing their best. I've been hearing that some people have been taking their own lives because of what they've been seeing. And so one nurse, I can't think of her name, But recently, a nurse took her life. She killed herself. And I believe she was helping in one of these hospitals. I don't know if it was the New York hospital, but there have been some people who have been so traumatized by what they've experienced. So this must be really bad for a lot of them. And then, too, I'm hearing that the more you're exposing yourself trying to help others get well, you can expose yourself to the actual disease yourself and become sick. So I don't know. It's just really sad. And like she said, they did approve this, the FDA approved this remdesivir study. So it's not the proven vaccine cure all, in other words. It's just an emergency vaccine, like a temporary one to fill in until they finally get the one that actually really, really can stop this thing and the spread of this thing. So what do you think about this? So I'm going to let this video play a little more and before I end it. So thanks for listening.
So, and that's why I got upset yesterday. Because nobody's listening. I literally had to call my friend Lisa because I'm like, dude, I am not crazy, right? Like, this is wrong, right? Oh, God. I watched an anesthesiologist place an ET tube and rush through her esophagus and then cat choked to death in his own blood. COVID didn't place that ET tube incorrectly. Nobody cares because they're all minorities and we're in the fucking hood. You know, and that's just not okay. You know, I grew up really poor. And so I know what it's like to be, like, completely forgotten and for nobody to advocate for you. And that's why I get really upset, guys. Like I said, I know that a lot of people are gonna die, but, you know, COVID didn't cause that pneumo. And incorrectly placed ET2 placed that pneumo, and then they wouldn't let me fix it. Like, all I had to do was, like, adjust it. And they wouldn't let me do it. So if anyone's got any idea what the hell I can do to save my one black guy before they completely transfer me out of this hospital, that would be great. Because he's mentally there. When he sees us come in, his heart rate, his blood pressure drop up. And he doesn't sync with the vent. Because he can see us. And when we leave, he calms down again. He just physically can't communicate with us. Like I told you, I had Stephanie explain to him what was happening to him because you can't hear me very well through a respirator. Plus, I'm sure that respirator is probably scary. Especially if you're kind of out of your mind from all the sedation. But he's the cab driver and was a couple blocks away from here. So... he has some family, but the problem is it said 99999 for the phone number, and I didn't get the address before, like, I abruptly got moved. I'm sitting in the vending machine room because it's nice and cool. I'm in between units right now, so they haven't realized I'm gone. I figured I'd have a mini meltdown and then get my shit together because I've never been to the other unit. Mind you, I've been on this unit the whole time. Whatever, I'm flexible. But once again, you know, I talked to admin. Next day I got moved. That's what happened at the other hospital. They don't care what's happening to these people.